Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to get all honor and glory to Yahweh, Basham, Yahweh Shai, Basham, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone Rule. We have been a great example to the younger brothers in the truth, and peace and blessings to the hopefully lit and Lord willing is edifying. But as you see, this video I'm gonna play, and I'm gonna try to play through the whole thing, but I'm gonna have to go rapid fire on these scriptures, man. Cause it's a lot of video. And it, hey man, the scriptures answer all this, man. Everything they talking about, the scriptures got the answer to it. And this from the Atlantis report. I think Apostle Hart said he watched them, so everybody needs to subscribe to them because it's everybody who watch it, subscribe to this page because heavy edification come from there, and you can get ideas on videos and stuff like that. But watching different Edomite pages who go into this type stuff. But I'm gonna start it and I'm just pause it as I go. I got a lot of scripts, so I'm gonna hit them quick. I ain't gonna do much explaining. But this video called "This is not just an economic collapse; it's an economic ice age." I'm gonna start it.
Economic activity has come to a near standstill in March. The recession choir is growing louder. Three of the top banks, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, and JP Morgan, all predicting a depression-era crash, including expectations that second quarter GDP would drop as much as 30%. The four big banks see the economy dropping double digits. While Bank of America sees a 12% drop in GDP. Morgan Stanley sees a dramatic 30% plunge in the second quarter. San Luis Fed President James Bullard has the most pessimistic call. He predicts a whopping 50% drop in US GDP. And this is just the beginning of the crisis. Not only are we going through unprecedented times in every other aspect of our lives, but economically, we are going through completely uncharted territory in the history of humanity. Never have the markets been blown so big and been completely shut down in such a short amount of time. The economic ramifications of this are going to be catastrophic. This is going to be the biggest economic collapse event in human history. This is the economic collapse of 2020. In this chaotic economic environment, where we are only beginning to see the beginning thin edge of the wedge of the economic effects of what is playing out throughout the global economy, we clearly can see an economic inferno coming to us. The financial markets have tumbled. They are all down significantly for the year. Economic disruptions are being felt across the globe. Markets around the world are sinking fast. We are not even in the midst of this crisis yet. We could start to see empty shelves in some US stores by mid-April. The time to start worrying about the supply chain risk is here. Inflation is already here. Food prices are sky.
All right, let me get a couple. Let me start at Matthew 24. Because you're going into the economic collapse and how there's gonna be a time that never been seen in human history, basically. This. Hey, man, the scriptures tell you that, man. The times we coming into is gonna be terrible, man. We know it's gonna be bad for Jake, but it's gonna be bad for everybody, man. Cause this whole shit finna crumble, man. You know, and when America fall, all the countries gonna be are gonna crumble, man. But this Matthew chapter 24, and I'm gonna start at 3. It say, and he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming? So this the sign of the Lord's coming. And the end of the world. What world? Esau world. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. So if anybody coming in the name of uh, I'm gonna say Jesus. Somebody come in the name of, cause that's what it say, Christ. Anybody come in the name of Christ or Jesus or whatever these people say, we know him as Yahweh Shai, even Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And they ain't warning you of these things that's coming upon the earth, man. They deceiving you, man. Verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All all these are the beginning of sorrows. And he just said we at the beginning and we ain't even entered into the mid of the crisis, man. This is just the beginning of the crisis. You know, shit finna get so bad out here, man, you ain't gonna know what to do, man. You know. But we gonna be straight. Let me see. I'm gonna let it keep playing.
Skyrocketing. And this is just getting started. All of those people that had less than $400 saved for an emergency are quickly going to become the problem of everyone who did save more than $400. There's coming a time that people will do anything even to their friends and neighbors to get food and water.
See? You know, hey, we coming to some serious times, man. You know, and these are the beginning of sorrows. But let me get this, because a famine is coming. Well, I keep going. Verse, Matthew 24 and verse, I'm going to start at 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sakes. And then see, cause the elect are gonna be hated, man. You know, they ain't talking about that in this video, but it's gonna happen, man. You know, and it say, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. You know, and many false prophets shall arise and deceive many. Verse 12, and because of iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. You know, but I'm going to go back to that, Matthew 24. Let me get a scripture on famine. Well, it said it was going to be famine. Famine and earthquakes in diverse places. That's coming to the earth, man. I get another one, though. This Luke chapter 21 and 11. And I started at 10. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilence, and fearful sightings, and great signs shall be in the heavens. That's why they saying all these UFOs and all these different things, you know, because we in that time, man. It was another one I want to get. Let me get this Matthew 10 and verse 36. It reads, and a man foes shall be they of his own household. You know, well, I'm gonna jump up the let me start at verse 34. Matthew chapter 10 and verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on the earth. I am not come to send peace, but a sword. You know, the Lord coming to send a sword on the earth. Not he ain't coming with peace. You know what I'm saying? The Lord coming to bring war, man. You know, the scriptures say the Lord coming back in righteousness to judge and make war. You know, it say, for I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against the mother-in-law, and a man foes shall be they of his own house. All right, now let me get this second Exodus. This second Exodus chapter, because it say, let me go back a little bit.
Edge of the economic effects of what is playing out throughout the global economy. We clearly can see an economic inferno coming to us. The financial markets have tumbled. They are all down significantly for the year. Economic disruptions are being felt across the globe. Markets around the world are sinking fast. We are not even in the midst of this crisis yet. We could
these are the beginning of sorrows.
Start to see empty shelves in some U.S. stores by mid-April.
Famines, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places. You got coronavirus and all this other bullshit. Hanavirus, you know. Still you got the flu, you know, herpes and AIDS and all these different pestilence and plagues all around the world, man. You know.
The time to start worrying about the supply chain risk is here. Inflation is already here. food prices are skyrocketing. And this is just getting started. All of those people that had less than $400 saved for an emergency are quickly going to become the problem of everyone who did save more than $400. There's coming a time that people will do anything even to their friends and neighbors to get food and water.
It's coming a time where people gonna do anything to their friends and neighbors just to get water. This second Ezra chapter 15 and verse, I'm gonna get straight to the point because I can read all this, but I'm not. 19, it say, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. The scripture is beautiful, man.
A hungry man is a dangerous man.
A hungry man is a dangerous man. I got another one. This Lamentations chapter 4, and I'm gonna just get straight to the point. Well, now I'm gonna read it all. Verse 6, it say, for the punishment of the iniquity, because mainly this punishment coming upon the children of Israel, but the Lord is finna fuck everybody up in this go round. The Lord finna smite Egypt with plagues as before. The Lord finna destroy these other heathens and 2/3 of our people, man. They finna get it, man. It say, for the punishment of the iniquity of the daughter of my people is greater than the punishment of the sin of Sodom. You know, because Sodom was destroyed with fire, man. That was overthrown as in a moment, and no hand stayed on her. Her Nazarites were purer than snow, and they were whiter than milk. They were more ruddy in body than rubies. Their polishing was as sapphire. Their visage is blacker than a coal. They are not known in the streets. Their skin cleaved to their bones. It is withered. It is become like a stick. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field. You know, so the Lord, the Lord is finna mess you people up, man. Verse 10, the hands of the pitiful woman have sodden their own children. They were their meat in the destruction, cannibalism. And they were their meat. Let me reread that. The hands of the pitiful woman have sodden their children. All you people out there with kids who not fearing your how about Shem Yahushai, not of the elect, you're gonna eat your kids, man. The hands of the pitiful woman have sodden their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. You know, and that's pretty much it on it. Let me see. All right, let me
Negative interest rates are already being proposed. The saver is the problem now, according to the banks. They want to transfer money out of the savers' bank accounts to the borrowers through negative interest rates. Borrowers will get a loan at -2%, but the bank will deduct 5% from the savers' accounts to pay for it. It's not collapse, it's a controlled demolition. Welcome to the new dark ages. They keep us in cages, send us into rages, they are taking our wages, in the final stages of the very last pages. Babylon is falling down. Everybody's lost control.
see these devils, they know America is Babylon the Great, man. But hey, let's get it in the scripts. The Revelation, he say they send us in cages in the very last pages. What's the very last pages of the Bible, man? You know, Revelation, man. You know. But this Revelation chapter 18 and verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage for every unclean and hateful bird. You know, because the Lord is finna destroy this place, man. You know.
Stroll. People use and abuse this world. Now they're out taking a stroll. These times have changed. Nothing will save you from what is coming, no one will be able to buy anything after the dust settles.
Yeah, because you going what the scriptures say, no man shall buy or sell, say he had the mark, man. You going to have to get that chip.
Company after company is going to collapse like a domino ripple effect. Get ready for soup lines and crime. It's the greatest tribulation that the world has ever seen.
Salakia, I missed one. Let me get it. Because he said nothing going to be able to save. Let me go back a little second.
You're out taking a stroll. These times have changed. Nothing will save you from what is coming, no one will be able to buy anything after.
He said nothing going to be able to save you for what is coming. Yeah, you people, you heathens and 2/3 of Israel, ain't nothing going to be able to save you. But the elect, we going to be all right. Let me get it. This Joel chapter 3 and verse 16. It say the Lord shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall be shaken. But the Lord will be the hope for his people and the strength of the children of Israel, the elect of Israel, you know. So we gonna be all right, you know. Ain't nothing gonna be able to save you people who loathe the law of the Lord. You Israelites that loathe the law of the Lord, or you heathen, you just fucked all the way up, man. You know. Let me get another one real quick, cause we gonna eat as well, man. So like, this Isaiah chapter 65 and verse. Where I want to start. I start at 11. It say, no, verse 13. It say, therefore, thus saith Yahweh power. Behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servants shall, my servant, it say, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall be sorrow. You shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. You know, cause hey, we gonna be alright, man. I'm gonna keep going. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, for the Lord, for Yahweh power shall slay thee, and call his servants by another name. You know, so you people are finna be destroyed, man. You know. That was it on that Revelations.
After the dust settles. Company after company is going to collapse like a domino ripple effect. Get ready for soup lines and crime. It's the greatest tribulation that the world has ever seen.
And the scriptures tell you that, man. Let's get it, man. Back in Matthew 24, man. In verse 21, it reads, for then shall be great tribulation such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. No, nor ever shall be. That's what he just said, man. The scriptures cover all these things, man. And he on this video is on point of what the fuck going on, man. With the scriptures, you can filter this through the scriptures easy, you know. Verse 22, I'm gonna go down one more. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. You know, cause hey, the Lord gonna have to shorten the times, man. You know, for the elect to make it, man. For any flesh to be saved, the times are gonna have to be shortened, man. Cause shit finna get real, man. You know. Let me get another one. Matter of fact, this Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, you Negroes, Latinos, Native American, you Israelites, man, who also scattered amongst the heathen. You know, the archangel Michael, you know, all the archangels, matter of fact, are gonna stand up for us in that time. We're gonna be protected, man. You know. Um and there shall be a time of trouble such as was not since there was a nation even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that is found written in the book. So we're gonna be delivered. Everybody else ain't no hope for them, man. You know, ain't no, if you ain't know the elect, Lord willing, we are those men who do this work. You know, Lord willing, we are the elect. If you're not of the elect, it's over with for you, man. Especially, I mean, if you're a Negro, Latino, or Native American, because repentance is given unto you, but you heathens, you just through, man.
Bankers are trying to take over the world in real time. They can only do it with our consent. From the Great Depression to the Great Deception. The whole aim of practical politics.
And these devils already got the world, man. Job 9 and 24, the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, man. These devils control the money, man. You know, what they say, give me control of the money and I care not who makes the laws of a country, man. They got control of each country in the world, each continent. They got control of everything, man. You know, they don't care who make the laws, man. They give you people the illusion that you free or got choices or can stand up. You go ahead, you know. It's over with for you people, man. The kingdom of heaven is going to be ushered in.
Politics is to keep the populace alarmed and hence clamorous to be led to safety by menacing it with an endless series of hobgoblins, all of them imaginary. The globalists are getting ready for the end game. Absolute control of everything on everybody, that's all they want.
Hey, man, that's what they chip for, man. You know, look at his fingerprint. Got the look, the chip in the fingerprint, basically. Let me see what it says.
Welcome back to the Atlanta.
All right, now let me get this. This Habakkuk chapter 2, and I'm going to read down a little bit in it. In verse 1, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he shall say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon the table, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up in him is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. And what is faith, man? Faith is the evidence of things hope. Slocky, let me get it. Let me get it real quick. I just don't want it say now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You know. So that's what faith is. The just is gonna live by faith, man. You know. Back where I was in Habakkuk 2, and that was Hebrews 11 and 1. But back in Habakkuk 2, in verse 4, it say, behold, his soul which is in him is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desires as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto himself all people. And how is he gonna do that? With the chip, man. Matter of fact, let's go to there. Let's go there. Let's go there, man. Real quick. This Revelation, I'm gonna get straight to it. 13 and verse 14. It reads, and deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. And the beast is the NATO and the EU. Saying to them that dwell on earth that they should make an image to the beast, the system, which had the wound by the sword and did live. And Rome was that the beast that had the wound by the sword and did live, man. What that treaty was, the Rome Republic or Rome, something like that, a treaty, that created the EU, man. And Babylon the Great is the whore that sitteth upon the beast, man. That's controlling the beast, man. You know. Verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name, man. So hey, that's total control, man. He say he calls of all. So like, let me find something else, cause this coming upon the whole world. It's not just coming to it, the Israelites. It's coming to everybody, man. They gonna cause everybody to take that chip. Total control over everybody, man. So like the hour of temptation, man, is coming upon everybody, man. This Revelation chapter 3 and verse, like, let me go to it. This Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. It say, and this Yahweh Shah speaking. It say, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So the Lord is going to keep the elect. The Lord going to keep the elect from taking that chip, because if you take that chip, you going to have your part in the lake of fire, man. The Lord going to melt you, man. Shit finna get very real, man. All right. I don't know why. Let me keep going.
This report. Please take some time to subscribe to my backup channels. I do upload videos there too. You'll find the links in the description box. You will also find a PayPal link if you want to make a donation. Thank you. This economy has been a house of cards. They knew that when they started it back in Reagan's time. They figured their bunkers would keep them safe though.
But they not, man. It's Revelation chapter 6 and verse 16. It reads in, hold up, let me pull that whole thing up. No, not that, Salaki. Revelation chapter 6 and verse I started at 12, because this ultimately what they built. They built the bunkers also for the chaos that they're gonna bring upon the earth, but they also built those bunkers because it's gonna be nuclear war, man. And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood moons and eclipses. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And that's the stars that fell from heaven is talking about those intercontinental ballistic missiles, man, ICBMs. And the heavens departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their place. The whole geographic of the earth is going to be changed after this destruction. And the kings of the earth, and the great man, and the rich man, and the chief captains, and the mighty man, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens of the rocks, and said unto the mountains and the rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For that great day of his wrath is come. Who shall be able to stand? Ain't nobody gonna be able to stand, man, but the elect, man. You people are done, man. You elites are done, man. And this another one up on them digging into the bunkers. He say they figured their bunkers would keep them safe. I'm gonna start at 1. This Amos 9:1. I saw Yahweh standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the lintel of the door, that the posts may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them, and I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that fleeth of them shall flee away, and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. Though they dig into hell, thence shall my hand take them. Though they climb into heaven, they digging into hell, into them bunkers. That's what that's talking about. And though they climb unto heaven, those space retreats and these different space agencies and shit they got up there floating around the atmosphere, thence will I bring them down. I'm going to keep going, because they got underwater spots too. It say, and though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid in the sight from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. And though they go into captivity before their enemies, thence will I command the sword, and it shall slay them. And I will set my eyes upon them for evil and not good. Man, the Lord finna mess you people up, man. What they say. I'm gonna keep going. In verse 5, it say, Amos 9:5, it say, and Yahweh power of hosts is he that toucheth the land, and it shall melt, and all they that dwell therein shall mourn, and it shall rise up wholly like a flood, and shall be drowned, and as by the flood of Egypt. But that's it. That's it. Let me keep playing.
I think they underestimated the determination of millions of angry people they fucked trying to get to them to give them their due. If the bank-owned political whores in DC had shown some spine back in 2008 and regulated the financial parasites with agencies that actually did their job, we wouldn't be in this complete shitstorm. But no, they can't.
Ain't nothing you can do to get out this complete shitstorm, man. All this stuff that's happening, man, is judgment of the Lord. All the things coming upon the earth is judgment of the Lord, man. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, man. He turneth it whithersoever he will, man. Ain't nobody doing what they want to do, man. The Lord is bringing these things upon these people, man. Why? Because they disobedient, man. It's judgment, man. Only the elect are gonna come back to the Lord and be saved out of these things. All the rest of these people, you through, man.
Kick the can down the road like the despicable prostitutes they are. But they don't care. They don't give a damn about you. And now, just like 2008, millions will again lose their jobs, businesses, and houses. And when they first learned about the coming shitstorm, they were busy dumping their own stocks to feather their own filthy nests. Did I mention, they don't give a damn about you?
Oh.
The virus is a hoax creating medical martial law, which they need for the global currency reset. This has been in the planning for years and is now being implemented by the controllers of the matrix. It will be the death of all world currencies and the death of the dollar.
No man might buy, sell, say he that had the mark, man.
It will stop the anger and riots in the street and attacks on the banks.
And that's coming, man. This second Exodus chapter 9 and verse 1. Second Exodus chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that is the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, man. You know, because last year, man, it was so many fucking riots, man. It didn't make no sense, man. All over the world, man. Riots, man. Uproars of the people, man. You know. And it's all scripture. It's supposed to be happening, man. That's how we know we in the end. We measuring the time diligently. We sitting upon our watch and we watching, man.
This is all about the global currency reset and the death of the dollar. Nothing can be fixed. Every new attempt at fixing things exponentially worsens the situation. The USA is sleepwalking into hell. Trillions for the banksters, and $1,200 for every American, unless you earn too much.
Let me get that. It say nothing. He say nothing can be fixed. Hell nah, it can't be fixed, man. You know. This Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse. I'm gonna just get straight to the point. Verse 9. It say, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reach unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the sky. It's over with for this bitch, man. You know, that $1 trillion, however many stimulus package, ain't gonna do nothing for nobody, man. You know. Hey, man, they hand out all that money, man. All motherfuckers gonna do is blow it. and still be fucked up, man. Because they ain't gonna stop this shutdown. You know. Lord willing, they don't. This coronavirus is finna, man, shit finna get bad, man. They finna lock this bitch down and people finna lose their mind. You know, you basically in prison at home, man. House arrest, man.
The Fed has a singular mission, to milk the host country and much of the world for every penny they can get. Everything they do is meant to further that one single mission. The Fed is the tool of the elite. This supposedly independent body shafts the working man every day with taxes, then prints money and gives it to billionaires. Printing hundreds of trillions of dollars and building a totalitarian monopolistic system and government around it. They steal trillions and nobody goes to jail, but if you so much as steal $5 from a bank, you'll go to prison for years.
Psalms chapter 73 and verse 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men, man. You know, and that's for all you Edomites, man. You know, you might not be rich as the elite, but you devils, y'all straight, man. And y'all finna lose all this shit, man.
The government goes out of its way to enable the financiers and bankster parasites. They have rules and regulations for everybody except the highest criminals in the food chain. Beyond hope, in my opinion. The population is hopelessly dumbed down, and by design. Nothing can be done now. It is too late. Collapse is inevitable, kind of like the Borg. It is systematic at this point, 900 trillion in liabilities. The host, USA, is lost. The Fed's
The worm is set underneath Babylon the Great, man. There's nothing they can do to get up out of this, man. $900 trillion in liability, man. This place is through, man.
sows social division and mistrust. Nobody can even imagine the social destruction that will be happening soon. And that is exactly what the Fed is doing and has been doing since 2006. What it is doing is designed to hide the problems, not to fix the problems. It's long past the point of no return. The argument is no longer about the good of the economy. Everyone with a brain knows that 10 times the Fed balance sheet over 2007, as we'll soon see, and more promised, is going to create huge imbalances of money versus goods. It's being done because back in September, government deficits crossed into territory where continuing operations require endless money printing to finance it all. The next phase is also well known. Total destruction of the currency system. This tells me they already know what they want to foist on us once it reaches that point, and the public faces express shock that
Yeah, that chip gonna get forced on you.
it came to this, and something urgent is needed to combat the problem. Central banks have set the entire world's economy on a one-way trip down the circular hole of debt.
And that's what the apostles be talking about. America is circling the drain, man. You know, like they say, man. You put water in a sink and let it out, man. You fill it up and let the water out, man. What the water do is slowly. It don't just disappear once you let the open the pipe up, the hole up, so it can flow out. It circle the drain, man. You know.
The only objective one can have at this point is to attempt to push oneself up through the swirling to delay one's inevitable entry into the hole. The Fed is a private corporation made up of member banks and would never sit out an opportunity to bail out its members for taking the wrong side of a bet while gambling with your money. The Federal Reserve Bank is not part of the US government. It is privately owned. The owners include Rothschild Bank of London, Warburg Bank of
The damn elites, man.
Hamburg, Rothschild Bank of Berlin, Lehman Brothers of New York, Lazard Brothers of Paris, Kuhn Loeb Bank of New York, Israel Moses Safe Banks of Italy, Goldman Sachs of New York, Warburg Bank of Amsterdam, Chase Bank of New York. The U.S. Treasury prints money and gives it to the Fed interest fee. The Fed loans this money back to us through banks, charging interest. The Fed also buys government and corporate debt. Thus, the Fed's policies are used to maximize profits for large banks, and as we have seen, bail out these same banks when they make bad investment decisions. The unelected, empowered by the biggest beneficiaries of their policies, deciding by committee behind closed doors, policies that drastically affect us, but they themselves are insulated from any negative effects which may arise due to the fact they have inflation-protected pensions awaiting them. This is backdoor socialism, economic decision-making by the unelected, and globalism. If a butterfly flaps its wings in Europe, the Fed must act. The Fed is ever more powerful, and getting more powerful every day, because there is no one watching as they self-author and expand our powers, as they ignore the mandates under which they previously agreed to.
And he say no one's watching, man. The Lord see all, man. You know. Woe to them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, man. You can't hide nothing from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know, they play through, man. And these damn elites, they fuck too, man. So, like, let me get one. Dang. I'm gonna just let it
To, and from which their special powers are derived. The Fed is a big, wide band of duct tape on top of thousands of band-aids. That's what the entire system is, a mess of poorly conceived measures that has a purpose very different from what was sold to you. The purpose is to take everything you have and will have and to enslave you forever. Period. The result of the Fed's mass printing debasement of the currency will be an extremely small wedge of society living well indeed, with private jets, disgustingly luxurious homes, and all the fuel and resources life demands, while the rest of us learn the meaning of the word foraging. Fed can create thousands of quadrillions of electronic fiat phony dollars with a push of a button. And that $100 bill you
I'm looking for something. I know what I want. So, like, I'm looking for a scripture. Mm-mm. Um, this Iraq chapter 10 and verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people unto another, man. You know, so the whole setup of this place is unrighteous dealings, man, and riches and injuries gotten by deceit, man. That's what Esau done his whole time in power. He ruled by the sword. He came to steal, kill, and destroy wherever he lay his step foot. You know, set up unrighteous decrees. You know, and that's all they do, man. You know, but hey, the Lord is gonna punish them for all their iniquity, man. You know, this it for these devils, man. The Lord finna destroy this bitch, man.
That hold in your wallet won't buy you a bus ride home. Debt is slavery. Saving is sovereignty. They want slaves, not sovereigns. This is the whole problem. Monetizing the debt and destroying the savings pensions of the prudent. And it can be done by stealth. Every dollar the
It can be done by stealth, man. And how do an eagle move, man? An eagle move and stealth, man. You know, this Obadiah chapter, shit. So like this Obadiah, goddamn saying this. This Obadiah chapter, let me get straight to the point. I'm tripping. This Obadiah verse 3. It say, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rocks, you Edomites, whose habitation is high, and saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Yahweh Shem Yahushua gonna bring you devils down to the ground. And all your riches y'all heaping up all these riches and all these things for the righteous, man. It's verse 4. It say, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, man. You know, when eagles move in stealth, man, and they got that keen vision, they can be way up in the sky and see a rat, man, and goddamn, they gonna swoop down and snatch it up, man. You know, you ain't gonna see it coming. You ain't gonna see that eagle coming, man. You know.
Fed prince is going to cost you at least 10. The bottom line is that the American people are getting pretty tired of the Fed picking winners and losers by twisting the rules, especially when the winners are always the cabal. The world will be a much better place without the Fed. It is like a raven.
The world would be a much better place without you Edomites, man. You fucking so-called white people, man. You know, because if any one of these Edomites was in a position, the bankers, these elite, they'll do the same goddamn thing, man. You know, it wouldn't be no different if it's a Joe Sixpack Edomite. If he get in the situation of a Rothschild or a Rockefeller or something, you know, one of these elite bankers, they gonna do the same goddamn thing, man. They gonna be the same wicked, you know, unless they not a Edomite. But if they Edomites and they get in that position, they gonna do the same thing, man. You know.
Ravenous parasite in the body of the American people. End the Fed, before the Fed ends us all.
And Esau is a cancer to the whole earth, man. Lock it. That might not be no crucial.
All. This was the Atlantis Report. Please like.
And that's it, man. You know. So with that, man, Lord, when it was edifying, man, these devils is going down and they going down fast. Oh, let me get one more. How can I forget this one, man? Shit, these saying that's beating me up. There's Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. You Israelites, the elect, first and foremost. And woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, 2/3 of our people, and you heathens, man. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. These elite know they have but a short time. That's why I say there's a controlled collapse. Yeah, there's a controlled collapse because they know it's over with for them. And the Lord is finna come back and goddamn destroy 2/3 of our people, the heathen. You know, the elite of the other nations, they gonna escape because they got bunkers and shit all over the place. And there's gonna be people also that make it through in the other side of the world, man. But everybody in America gonna be destroyed, man, if you're not of the elect, man. You know, one way or another.
Like. Share.
But that's pretty much it, man. So with that, I want to get all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone Rule, where have been a great example to the young brothers in the truth, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Lord, when this edifying, Shalom, Mawafla, Bal, and Kwam, elect, Yasha, Shalom, Aki, and Akwa.